Good morning, Spy Kids. So when we left off last time, the evil genius had escaped. The Spy Kids and Super Granddad, they had cornered him because the wee Spy Kid was singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and that made him crazy. So he gave up. But the evil genius disguised himself and escaped on a Caribbean Airlines plane. So the Spy Kids returned to their new home in Texas, and Superhero Granddad returned to Maryland. The Spy Kids loved their new home. They went to the best school in the world, and they joined the Y, and they played soccer and baseball and went to parades and sports camps. But then something nefarious happened. Almost all of the horses in Texas started to disappear. And this was terrible because horses are very important to Texas. All of the rodeos had to be canceled, and the police and the community organizers were clueless. So what they had to do was call up Superhero Granddad and ask for help. Well, Superhero Granddad, he was back in Maryland, and he was busy building model rockets, working on his six-pack, and for fun, he was teaching Band-Aid how to do the chicken dance. Band-Aid's cowboy boots kept falling off, and it was hilarious. Superhero Granddad knew that this job in Texas was going to be difficult. But he had friends there, and they knew exactly where the evil genius was hiding. He was held out somewhere on the Texas and Tibet border with his new partner in crime, Elon Musk, one of the most evil men in the world. And he was easy to spot, this Elon Musk guy, because he had very thin lips. This Elon Musk was shaking down the taxpayers who were subsidizing his car company, and he was cashing in on the company's stock gains. And he was strip mining precious metals from all over the world to make batteries for these cars. You call these blood precious metals because he is robbing poor countries. And then when the batteries wear out, he dumps them in landfills, which pollutes the earth. This is an evil man. So the evil genius and Elon Musk were stealing all the horses in Texas and using them in the mines where they get these precious metals. And they're using little children to work in the mines. And this was very dangerous and cruel to the children. So Superhero Granddad packed up the school bus with the help of his wife, Squeegee. Squeegee loaded up the bus with healthy foods and educational material for the kids. And these were things that were healthy for the kids' mind and body. One thing Superhero Granddad would not bring was quinoa. Too many people were eating quinoa. And so now the people in South America couldn't afford to buy it anymore, and so they were starving. Which is ironic, because the people in this country who are eating it are starving too. The only thing they're eating is kale and quinoa smoothies, trying to look slim. So Superhero Granddad and Band-Aid head out and drive to Houston and have a meeting with the Spy Kids. And he explains the new horrible mess that the evil genius has teamed up with Elon Musk, and now they were stealing horses, plundering third world countries for their precious metal. They're extorting money from the taxpayers, and they're also polluting the earth. So they made a plan. The big Spy Kid had a great idea. The Spy Kids would infiltrate the slave children working in the precious metal mines, and they would organize them. So when the Superhero Granddad, when he gave the word, they would mutiny and capture the evil men. So that's exactly what they did. It was dangerous duty, but Superhero Granddad was always nearby them, ready to help. He disguised himself as an armadillo. So the Spy Kids organized the children, and they were ready to overpower the guards and tie them up. And they knew that Superhero Granddad was going to create a diversion to confuse the guards. So Superhero Granddad had Band-Aid walk right into the mines where the children were working, and he started doing the chicken dance, and it was awesome. And the children started doing the chicken dance. And the guards didn't know what to do, since they thought it was Colonel Sanders who was doing this. And they were afraid to stop the dancing, and they were afraid to do anything. So the Spy Kids snuck up behind the guards, and it was the spy girl who had the great idea to use the guards' shoestrings to tie them up because there was no rope of any kind in the mines. And they threw the guards' shoes away, so that now the guards were in bare feet and they couldn't run, and when they walked, they kept saying, "Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie, ouchie." In the meantime, Superhero Granddad and his helpers, the Texas Rangers, moved in. The Rangers lassoed the guards and made them lie down, and they put handcuffs on them. So the big spy kid was so kind and helpful, and he went around making sure each and every child was okay. And he took the ones who needed medical attention to the school bus. So they all tied up the evil genius Elon Musk, and they put them in a jail cell in the back of the school bus. And then they all drove back to Houston to bring these monstrous men to justice. And superhero Granddad made Elon Musk and evil genius watch videos of Wolf Blitzer all the way back to Houston as punishment. I think Wolf Blitzer had been injured sometime because now he can only move his lips.